He shed so much blood that Muslims and Christians believed he was the Antichrist. He had so many women that today, 24 million people are thought to be his descendants. From the moment he was born, the world was never the same. The greatest ruler in history was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, whose real name was Temüjin, was an 8-year-old boy who embarked on a journey across the Mongolian steppes with his father. He was betrayed by his closest relatives, and after his father was poisoned by enemy tribes, he was forced to live in secret in the forest with his mother and siblings. These hardships left a significant impact on him. As he recounts, when his entire family was on the verge of starvation, his brother refused to share the fish he had caught with them, and Genghis Khan was forced to kill him. Living in the steppe is difficult. It's so cold that even ice freezes, say the Mongols. Therefore, he describes the most difficult years of his life as his childhood, spent secretly on the Mongolian steppes. Worse things were to happen to him in his youth. During those years, after Genghis Khan was defeated by his enemies, he was sold into slavery in China and displayed in a cage for over a year. According to Genghis Khan, while he was being displayed in a cage like a monkey, an old Buddhist monk approached him and asked for forgiveness. Genghis had foreseen that he would become a great Khan in the future and destroy the entire world, and he had only one request. In exchange for his help, he begged him not to destroy the Buddhist temple of Yuthan, perched high in the mountains. And indeed, that was what would happen. Genghis Khan devastated China, killing millions and razing all the temples and places of worship. But he never touched the Yuthan temple. He never forgot the old Buddhist's help or the promise he had made to him. Genghis Khan united the nomadic tribes of Central Asia. After conquering China, he had only one goal: to rule the entire world, and he turned westward, besieging the cities. He would never forgive those who resisted him. He swore he would show no mercy to men, women, the elderly, or children. Therefore, the largest massacres took place in Turkish territory. The events in Bukhara are a prime example of this. Bukhara was the most developed city in Asia, and Genghis Khan was now targeting it. The Turks in the city, having heard of Genghis Khan's other conquests, believed him to be the Antichrist and knew that he would leave no stone unturned if they resisted. For the safety of the city and its people, the notables of Bukhara sent a delegation to Genghis Khan, asking him not to destroy mosques, burn books, or put people to the sword. In exchange, they promised to surrender. Genghis Khan agreed. Once inside, Genghis Khan uttered words that would be written in bloody letters in history. Do not destroy mosques. Do not put close people to the sword. Bury them alive. Do not burn books. Throw them into the river. No one can say I broke my promise. As I said, I did not put anyone to the sword. I did not burn books, and I did not destroy mosques. Not a single chicken or child survived the invasions of Genghis Khan, whose population exceeded 1 million at the time. They were all buried alive. However, this was not his wish either. Genghis Khan had aspirations beyond conquering the entire world. He desired eternity and immortality. Therefore, he placed great importance on oracles and shamans, always keeping one with him. One day, he asked an old Buddhist monk for the secret of immortality. The old man told Genghis Khan that the more women he had, the longer his life would be. Therefore, in every city he conquered, he took dozens of women to his bed and married dozens of them. In fact, He had affairs with so many women that today it is said he has over 20 million descendants worldwide. The longest living figure in our ancient world is Genghis Khan himself. As the Mongols advanced westward, shedding blood, fear grew in Muslim and Christian lands. So much so that Muslims describe the Mongols as ruthless Gog and Magog, large-headed, short, broad-bodied, and small-eyed. Christians, on the other hand, claimed that the Antichrist had emerged and would invade Europe. Perhaps they were right. At that time, Genghis Khan had killed 11% of the world's population, approximately 40 million people, and conquered half the world. While he did not interfere with freedom of religion and belief in the lands he occupied, he remained faithful to shamanic traditions and the Tengri faith until the end of his life, leaving his legacy to his descendants. There is only one religion, Tengri. In times of war, he would punish envoys who invited him to Islam or Christianity by boiling them in a cauldron, considering them an insult. This powerful ruler had only one fear, and he could not overcome it throughout his life. He also said that dogs would run away when they saw a dog. This had always been a joke among his friends and family. So how did a steppe man who spent his childhood and youth in hardship manage to become history's most cruel and greatest ruler? Khan expressed this with these words: I thought a lot. I thought more than any human has ever thought. At the same time, Genghis Khan clearly adhered to the rules accepted among the Mongols, known as the laws of the steppes. However, he also made significant additions to them. Some of the rules influenced by Genghis Khan are as follows. Anyone who makes a mistake on the battlefield will be punished by the commander on the field. Losers have no right to stipulate terms. The penalty for defiance is death. The families of the losing enemies are divided equally among the soldiers. A soldier may take as many concubines as he wishes. Children born from concubines are considered biological children and receive equal inheritance. The penalty for intervening between two people fighting and aiding one is death. Anyone who takes property from others 3 times and goes bankrupt 3 times is punished with death after his 3rd bankruptcy. The penalty for lying is death. The penalty for a Mongol convert is death. The meat of any animal is permissible. The penalty for prohibiting any of these is death. However, anyone wishing to slaughter an animal must tie its feet, cut its belly, and then kill it by squeezing its heart with their hand. Only the meat of an animal killed in this way may be eaten. Failure to provide food and accommodation for travelers is punishable by death. You may drink alcohol daily. However, during wartime, it is forbidden to be drunk more than 3 times a month. The goods of a bargaining merchant are confiscated, and the penalty is death. Converting to any religious sect is punishable by death. A Mongol lord sentenced to death may, if he so chooses, have his back broken. This is a very old Mongol tradition. If nobles were to be executed among the Mongols, it was considered a noble death. In other words, their backs were broken, and they were left in the steppe. These are just a few of Genghis Khan's laws. He was one of the most fierce leaders the steppe has ever seen. He ruled half the world. He killed an estimated 40 million people in these wars. Perhaps he never achieved immortality, but his name is thus etched immortally in our memories, and he will forever be considered the greatest ruler in history by the entire world. When he died, according to ancient Central Asian tradition, everyone present at the ceremony was killed to prevent his grave from being found. It is believed that he was buried, possibly by diverting the riverbed in Mongolia. After his death, his children and grandchildren further expanded the empire's borders. 2/3 of the world, from the Arabian Peninsula to Central Europe, beyond the China Sea, and up to India and the Muscovite Mountains were incorporated into the Mongol Empire, and Genghis Khan etched his name into eternity. All Mongols feared thunder. Only Genghis Khan overcame this fear. I had nowhere to hide from those who asked how he did it. I forgot my fear. The god of thunder helped me overcome my fear, he said. Therefore, it is still believed in Central Asia that when Genghis Khan was struck by thunder, the Mongols followed him. Genghis Khan, a hero for some, a nightmare for others. But no one can deny his power. So, in your opinion, which historical leader's story should we hear in the next episode? You can subscribe to my channel to learn more.